Hey everybody, I hope you're doing well. So look on the screen. This lady here, I can't play the video because she's got a lot of music in the background. But um, let's talk about the Section A limit, time limit. First of all, this is her picture. Um, her screen name, Motor Life 1387. So how much is her rent that she's paying? Okay.
Of this 260 I'm depositing in my bank account, only $97 is my rent.
So her rent is $97. Wow, who knew? And I'm sure, of course, it's income based. So the reason I want to mention this is that a friend of mine, she and her husband, they are in the ministry, okay, in the ministry in the church, and they once a month they'll have activities, for the adults and sometimes for the teens, things like that. So they have activities, and let me tell you, the stress is felt. So when it comes to the 2-year time limit on Section 8, I was thinking in my mind, like, okay, like now we're in August of 2025. So if you get a 2-year time limit, your time will be up in August 2027. No, they're doing it differently. And this is one of the things I said even during the Biden administration. I was saying, been saying, ladies, now it's not the time to become baby mama, married or not. Can you afford it? Affordability, fatherless home, those kind of guys, it's time to run. When you look at all the job eliminations, layoffs, no job creation, it's bad. Oh, it's really bad. And I said, we got to start thinking. I said this during the Biden administration because I knew that all the money being pumped out, the war, and the hundreds of billions of dollars spent on the war and the illegal immigrants. Oh my gosh. Any money left? And I knew when you get a business person like Trump in play, they're going to start cutting. Why? Because in business, you're always trying to cut that bottom line why to remain more profitable. And in this case here, the rich are going to be doing great. People on Medicaid, hey, it's not going to balance out for poor people and working classes. It's just not. And that's just the reality. Vote for whomever you like, that's fine. But I was saying this during the Biden administration because I already knew money for the war. Can we really afford a war? Hundreds of billions of dollars spent that were allocated. Money for the illegal immigrants. All that money going out. That's why I was saying we got to be careful. I was saying for people who are thinking, "Oh, I'm not going to worry," because I'll get in the program, and I was saying, well, I have been saying, the program that you think is going to be there to save you is not going to be there. And see, now we're here. So I can see the handwriting on the wall. I knew it's going to be an influx of people not doing bad. They're going to need help, and I knew the help was not going to come. So normally, oh, you get Section 8. Or you get sick, can't afford insurance, get Medicaid. Yeah, we see how that's going. So in their church, some people, and I've heard about this, other people have been getting their notices from, I'm assuming, the housing authority in the area. In the church, guess what? She was telling me that some people have gotten notices, and guess what? The notice, it's not like if you got a notice this month, you got 2 years, like August 2027. No, they're actually counting the time that people have been on the Section 8 program. Ergo, some people have gotten letters, she said. Well, guess what? The letter is saying they have 60 days on Section 8. One person got one, they have 90 days on Section 8. So I'm like, well, it's not like somebody can go and get a good paying job or a second job and just afford market rent. I'm like, so what happens if the person they can't afford to leave? So it's one or two things going to happen. The letters now are giving people timelines. So if you've been on it previously, I mean, we're talking months, 60 days and 90 days. That is like a panic letter. So I'm like, well, what's the choice? People just can't, what they're going to do is just automatically at that time knock you off Section 8. So one or two things: either go ahead and leave, pack your things and leave, go where heck if I know. This is unbelievable. Go ahead and leave, Number two, if you stay there, guess what's going to happen? The apartment complex, whoever you rent from, they're going to be notified as of this day, which they probably already know because, if they got the letter, I'm sure the apartment complex, whoever the landlords got the letter, they're going to notify them that the person has been kicked off of Section 8. So either leave, if you stay, guess what? Be prepared to sign a new lease at market rent. Be prepared to sign a new lease at market rent. Do you think the church can really help them out like that? This is like a medium-sized church. Be prepared to sign. So either leave, or if you stay there, they've been notified, be prepared to sign a lease for market rent. So whether like this lady is paying, how much money is she paying?
Of this 260 I'm depositing in my bank account, only $97 is my rent.
Can you imagine you paying $97? $97. I can't. It's shocking. Unbelievable. $97 for rent. Talk about the hookup, but I'm afraid, in the words of Luther Vandross, it's over now. Now, check this out. I thought this was also very, very interesting. $97. So can you imagine if you're paying that kind of money for your rent, and then all of a sudden you look up and say, what? What's going on, Buttercup? You get the invoice that the rent is going to be a heck of a lot more. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. So I was shocked by this. Let's go ahead and listen to this video. And obviously, like I said, I was like, wow. Obviously, it's happening October 1st. So that makes sense. Listen to this video clip here. Very, very interesting.
This is a big one. Big changes are happening to Section 8 housing this fall, and it can affect millions of families nationwide. The 2026 budget proposal kicks in October 1st, 2025, and they're reducing the HUD budget by $33 billion. That's 44% less funds that would go towards Section 8 and rental assistance. They're moving the funds to the state block grant program, which is going to have $26.7 billion less than they do today. That means the states would be responsible for the rest for Section 8. And the big one, the 2-year cap on assistance. That means after 2 years, if you are an able body, you cannot get Section 8 assistance anymore. Some people think this is unfair because it's not giving enough time for people to get back on their feet, and some people think it's time for this to end already. Let me know in the comments below, should there be more time or not? But for those of you guys who are buying a home today, here is the nationwide average mortgage interest rates. Remember, these rates are just a ballpark.
So stop and think. A proposed cut of 44%. And the administration also proposed a 2-year cap on assistance. Wow. And a targeting of assistance to the elderly and disabled. So you see what's going to happen? Just like I said, I knew it. When you get a person that's pretty much business oriented, the money going out, you're always trying to find a way to make it more profitable, to make sure that there's some money there. Writing the check, over. Unbelievable. October 1st, huh? So already the letters have gone out. Can you 60 to 90 days? So how the heck are those people going to make it happen? Let's be realistic. It is not going to happen. We're going to have homelessness in this country like never before. No one is safe from the layoffs, job losses. Can't find a new job. Medicaid. Oh, I'm a stay-at-home mom to take care of my kid. Well, if you don't get that stipend, you'll be taking care of your kid at your own expense. But I put my husband works, and then I need that stipend. You'll be taking care of your child at your own expense. There will be no stipend, or they may reduce it, like the video I did earlier. So you get $36,000. You get to stay home with your daughter who has epilepsy. Okay, I understand that. 36,000 now reduced down to $8,000. So where do you find an additional $18,000? Where? What do you find an additional $18,000? Somebody, anybody? I would really like to know. Where do you find that? So then, if you don't find it and you've been counting on it, what's going to happen? That's how people lose your home. You lose everything. But I've been in this house for 15 years. And if you can't pay the 16 years, the 16th year, the bank will foreclose. There is no mercy. There's no, well, we really, really like you, and there is no mercy. They don't care where you got to go. All they know is you're going to have to get up out of here. And that's facts. So people being laid off, blue collar, white collar tech workers, job elimination, not enough job creation, people getting kicked off Medicaid, which leads to more people being let off because you don't need all the CNAs, you don't need the doctors and the nurses and the administrative assistant, and you don't need the janitor, and you don't need the accountant. They're closing down hospitals, they're consolidating, they're closing down nursing homes. Then people who are still working and being on this Section 8 program, like that lady, $97, market rent to her. I don't want to just talk at her, but I hope it doesn't happen to her. But let's say people pay that kind of money, market rent, it's just not even possible. It'll blow your mind. How do you go from, okay, well, you've got one bedroom, and now that's going to be, let's see here, $1,200 a month, and you're used to paying $97. Culture shock. It's impossible. It's impossible. So I thought it was extreme when I heard, 2025, many people are not going to be able to survive. I thought that was like so extreme, like, oh my gosh, Debbie Downer, move it. No, I see that's the reality. 2025, people just trying to not just live your best life, but they're just trying to survive. So yeah, they're giving out, the people have gotten these notices with a time limit. 60, she told me 60 days, and one got one for 90 days. The Section 8 is gone. I've got kids, yada, yada, yada. It's gone. It's over. So either leave, or what you can do is they'll be notified that, the Section 8 is over. So you'll now go downstairs, and I guess you have to qualify. And if a person is on Section 8, what is the probability that they're going to qualify for housing? I mean, qualify for an apartment or a place to live, be it a house or an apartment at market rent. Credit is a possibility, so you got to look at the credit. Maybe they got good credit. Good for you. Way to go. However, the income alone is not going to qualify. So you know what's going to happen. The income alone is not going to qualify to lease that apartment. So we know what's going to happen. Pack up and go where? The homeless shelters are already filled. I said before, said again, even before he took office, I said, got to start thinking and planning. We can't be loose with our bodies and, oops, I got an oopsie, I'm pregnant. Oh my God, I get twins. There are limited resources. Looking for a village to help, and that's why many single moms are crashing out. It's not there. And don't forget too, even in marriages, when a lot of marriages get divorced, people get divorced over finances. So even in marriages, You have a family here, then when money starts getting funny, tensions flare up. When the economy gets bad, domestic violence tends to flare up. Why? Everybody's losing their stuff. They're people are uptight and they're just like freaking out. This here, watch with these hospitals in the rural areas, even in the city, when they're closing down a hospital, trying to consolidate. Like let's say, okay, we've got 2 here within a 50-mile radius. One's got to go. The one staying there. Now you are basically serving double the amount of people you were serving before. Now we got a problem maybe with parking. Now it's going to be a longer wait. It gets all crowded in the waiting room, and people are already hyped up, and people are unemployed. They can't afford food, don't have any money. The least little thing something can tick off. Even it won't, in my opinion, won't be even safe to be in a hospital. People are already jacking folks for their groceries in the Walmart parking lot. Said before, said again. The programs that we're counting on, oh, don't worry, I'll just go on this program and I'm going to be fine. Good luck with that. So now we're about to see a lot of homelessness, I think, like never before, and people working on jobs and being homeless. I mean, think about it. A 6 months, you got 60 days to 90 days. That person is not going to qualify for market rent, more than likely based on the income alone. That's why they're on Section 8, even if they have good credit. But they're not going to qualify for market rent. So where are they going to go? Lives are being disrupted. It's like saying, it's like a deadline. Like, okay, so your ability to maintain housing, this deadline is going to be, it's the countdown. 59 days, 58, 57, 32, 10, 9, 8, and on down the line. Might as well, I mean, this is crazy. Yep, she told me. Getting letters with a 60-day and 90-day time limit. The Section A is over. Let me know what you all think. Thanks for watching. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and share them out.